Hello everyone, welcome to IMS Academy. Myself Vipin Mishra along with JP sir. We welcome you all in this panel discussion. So here we are going to discuss about that how the electrical paper went and what learning the EC student can take from this paper, right? So as I have taken some response from the student also. So JP sir, this year the students were saying that the electrical paper was not that much easy, right? They found that it is moderate, and when they are saying moderate, they are actually trying to say that it is tough, right? So why the paper was tough? Because the core section like electrical machine, power system, and power electronics, they have contributed questions which were very tricky. You cannot answer those questions just by looking and just by applying the formula. So they were not straightforward questions. So that's why the paper has become tough, right? So JP sir, can we quickly look at how many questions were asked?
Yes. So with respect to today's GATE paper, so this is the data based on the memory based. So number of MCQs 47, number of NIT questions 14, number of MSQ are 4. Okay, if you observe this data with respect to the previous years, GATE 2025 also, it is like exactly similar. If you observe MCQ 42, MSQ 4, NIT 19, it is almost similar only. Okay, some plus or minus was there. Okay, whereas GATE 2024 MCQ 35, MSQ 7, NIT 23. Now, if you observe regarding the type of questions, GATE 2025, GATE 2026, it is similar. As Vipin sir told, most of the questions, it is not straightforward. Student have to recall the concept and they have to apply the method. Then only after involving few steps, then only they will figure out the in order to get the correct answer. That is the reason most of the students might felt GATE 2026 electrical paper as moderate to tougher side.
So the questions were more application based questions, right? So if you are preparing for EC, tomorrow is your paper. So as we told you so many times that now stop preparing. If you are still hunting for the formulas, don't do that, right? Ultimately, you have to apply yourself. Okay. So what JP sir told, that number of MCQ questions were on higher side, and when the number of MCQ questions are high, they have to be very cautious regarding the negative marking also, because in NAT or MSQ, if suppose you are guessing some answer, you are very close to that answer, you can still write put your answer, you can log that particular one. But if it is MCQ, you have to be 100% correct, confident, right? Otherwise you are going to lose the marks on that particular question in which you have done well, right? So be cautious with this factor also, right? And if I talk about that, what was the difficulty level of different subject, right? So if I talk about the aptitude, so the aptitude section was the easiest in the paper, right? So almost 15 marks it has contributed, and what I have seen that students were saying that almost 13 marks of general aptitude was very easy. You will read the question and you will answer. It was like that. That particular questions were there. Similarly, when it comes to maths,
it is like some questions are easy, but most of the questions are like tricky.
So we can say that it is
we are considered like
tougher side, right? And how was network theory, JP sir?
Yeah, network theory, most of the questions are easy. Okay, so I'm considering here easy only network theory, because straightforward. Okay, most of the questions like network theorem, 2 questions came. Basics, dead easy question was there. Okay, like that, even steady state analysis are there. Whatever the questions they have given network theory, most of the questions are easily. Whoever thoroughly prepared, damn sure they can get maximum out of from the network theory subject.
So in subjects like network theory, the conceptual preparation is what that matters, right? You have to finally apply yourself. So just don't rush behind the formulas. Okay.
Generally network theory, for some questions like what is the starting point? In order to figure out the starting point, generally students will take some time. But in this year in GATE electrical paper, there was no such kind of confusion at all. Whatever the direct procedure is there, with the help of that, easily you are getting the answer.
And good number of marks also network theory has contributed. 10 are more than enough for network, right? And if I talk about signal and system, last year what we have seen that signal has contributed almost around 11 marks, and those were very easy. Question this year also from signals were easy, but the weightage of the signal was little less. We have seen questions from jet transform, we have seen questions from system property, right? And there is one question from Fourier series also. An odd signal was given, you have to find the coefficient B3, right? So a signal was given, right? They tried to shift that signal. Shifting is not going to affect the coefficient. You have to find the coefficient B3. So you have to use the formula. It is odd signal. right? So based upon what we have discussed in class for odd signal, you can apply that particular thing, and you can easily do that question. It was like that question, correct? Similarly, if I talk about control system, except one particular question which was lengthy, what I found that most of the questions were straightforward questions, right? They belong to those certain topics which have high probability to contribute questions in gate marks. So they followed the same legacy in control system. We had questions from board plot, right? A board plot was given and we have to find that what is going to be the transfer function. So the initial slope was minus 20 dB. So we have a pole at origin and there was only one particular option in which we have the pole at origin. So easily you can figure it out. We have been given transfer function in another question. We have to find that what is going to be the rise time, settling time and the time constant. Easily you can do that. Another question, two questions were there from state space, right? So in state space, they have given ABCD matrix and they also have given the pole values, right? You were about to find from the given pole value, what will be the constant. The matrix A was given in terms of constant AB. So what will be the value of AB? Very easy question was there. Okay, so this is the contribution of control system. Similarly, JP sir, what about digital and analog?
Regarding digital, so from the students, whatever the memory based questions we have received, we got only one question from the digital. So that question is from logic gates chapter. That is the question. They have given one circuit diagram. You have to find out the output. That is a straightforward simplification. Easily, everyone can get the correct answer. Whoever attempted that question. Okay. And if any other question was there from the digital, you people can mention the whoever attending live. You can mention the comment section. Whoever watching the session recorded, they can mention the like comment section.
So JP sir, only one question was there.
Yes.
That was from gate.
Yeah.
Last year also they asked the same kind of question. So only one question was there from
last
digital.
year what happened, like for electrical paper, generally for digital subject, 3 to 4 marks used to come. Many of the years they used to give like 2 mark questions, or maybe like 2 mark 1 question, 2 1 mark questions like that. Last year they have given surprisingly 4 questions, each question of 1 mark.
Yes.
Okay. So this year, as of now, we received one question, but we are expecting there may be one more question. If it is not there, only one question, but that is a straightforward, easy question. That easy, I can say.
Similarly, from analog has given less number of questions. We have seen one question which has a combination of BJT and Zener diode, right? Before also they have asked same kind of question. So it was there in PYQ. If you have practiced that particular PYQ, you could have solved that question easily. There was one question from diode characteristic given and you have to calculate the power, right? Power dissipated. And there was one question from CMOS logic. That we can count in digital. Yes. So digital contribution is actually 4 marks.
But that question was surprised. It is based on digital in order to get the output expression. But after that, they asked one actual question for that given circuit is you have to calculate regarding the power. So that with the help of analog circuit concept only you can solve.
That question is expected to come in EC exam.
Generally in the electrical syllabus with respect to digital, CMOS won't be there.
Yeah.
Okay. But the CMOS concept will be there in analog circuit. So that's why I consider that circuit, even though in order to get expression, it is the concept of digital, but I consider that one as a whole with respect to analog. So because ultimately, whoever know analog circuit concept, they only can answer the final.
So that was a surprising element, right? So I was talking about analog. So we had a question from BJT Zener diode combination. We had a question from diode characteristic where we have to calculate the power. Apart from that, I don't think there was any question from. There was one question from op-amp, and what I think that most of the student might be struggling there because they have given open loop gain and they're asking about closed loop gain. And generally students are not preparing that particular topic. They know different configuration of op-amp and they know that how to apply all those things there. So that was a surprising element for you people, right? Similarly,
so here we are considering analog circuit is like
on the tougher side, yes.
Because some questions are tricky and even for solving also relatively it will take time. Okay.
Okay, you are preparing for gate through lectures of both of you, self-study, very good. And we have created that much content. You can enjoy those content on our YouTube channel, right JP sir?
Yeah.
Especially the concept booster series, right?
Yes, very good, Lingesh.
And there was only one question from measurement. That was from bridge balancing condition.
Direct, so straightforward question.
Even that does not require any further studies also, right? It's a bridge balancing condition.
It is easy
So it
only.
is easy. Now, when it comes to electrical machine, right? So we had question from synchronous machine, and it was not from the particular section of synchronous machine. It was related to a general knowledge kind of thing, right? Related to frequency, they have asked one question. There was one question from DC machine also. Okay, I don't know much detail about DC machine because students are saying, but I have not seen that particular question. There was one question from induction machine where you have to calculate the value of the rotor resistance, right? Different speeds were given, and there were two questions from transformer. One regular question was there from transformer, three-phase transformer connection, right? What will be the particular connection, delta delta 0 degree, delta delta 6 degree, like that. And there was one straightforward question from auto transformer, right? And apart from that, there is one more question from single phase transformer, and they have asked one very strange question also, that if we have a transformer which is used in India for 50 hertz frequency. If suppose we are using the same transformer in USA, we are taking the frequency 60, then what will be the changes? It was an MSQ question, nicely framed question, right? So how was the level of those questions? They were not easy, right? You have to have a strong background for that particular. You have to have a strong practice of the electrical machine. Apart from that, you have to be very cautious with the calculation and the result also, right? So electrical machine was tough. It was not easy, right? EMFT, need not to say, it is tough, right? Because I know even though students are covering EMFT, but when they are giving the paper, that pressure situation that is not allowing them to read the EMFT questions properly, so generally they are going to ignore it. So it was on tougher side, but it has contributed. It has contributed 3 questions, so total 5 to 6 marks it has given, right? Now, when it comes to power system, so from power system, there was one question from Y bus matrix. Okay, and that particular Y bus matrix, JP sir, I have solved that particular same question in my gate booster session, where in between two buses we have transformer, and it has been given that the transformer has a transformation ratio. Now, what will be the Y bus matrix, right? So for certain cases, the transformation ratio that you have, in diagonal you will have a square y, in off diagonal you will be having minus ay. So if you know that particular thing, it was a one liner question for you, right? So we had this particular question. Apart from that, we had question from power flow. Okay, what will be the value of P, what will be the value of Q? It is flowing from 1 to 2, 2 to 1 buses. Okay, and then apart from that, we had question from, I'm not able to recall from where it is, right? We had question from Jacobian matrix. Very easy question was there. So when it comes to power system was on moderate side. It was not tough and it was not easy also, right? So power system, it was on moderate level. Okay. Power electronics, right? Your progress in GATE electrical exam is going to be determined by how well you have done power electronics, right? Power electronics has given a lot of question. There was one question from inverter where they have given the square, where they have given the full, they have given the full bridge VSI, and the load is pure inductive and triangular current is given. They have asked that what will be the current across one particular switch. If suppose you are going through the general concept of power electronics, you will struggle, or maybe you will be having a lot of calculations involved. But if you will make some signal in that, right? So just take the half portion of that waveform, and power is equals to RMS square. RMS is under root of power. Power is energy over time. Calculate the energy for that particular triangular wave for half of its time period, divide by the full time period. That will be the power. Now take the root and you will get the RMS value. So this is how you could have solved this question, right? So it depends whether that particular thing have striked you at that particular moment or not, right? So we had this question from inverter, then we have a question from boost converter, then we have two questions from diode. So in one of the questions of diode, we have a source, a diode, and the load was RE type, and you have to calculate that what is going to be the I naught average. In another question that we have from the diode, the load is RL and the source is AC type. You have to calculate the peak value of the load current. For that, generally we used to ignore that. We have covered a lot of formulas, but we never go through this particular thing. So if you have gone through, it was easy question for you. But if you have ignored that particular thing, maybe you will find it tough, right? So this was the status of power electronics, right? So we will put it on tricky side. It was not easy to solve power electronic question. One question of MOSFET, everybody might, one question of buck boost converter, everybody might have solved, but in other question, definitely people will be struggling in that particular question. So it was on the tougher side. Okay, so if we count, JP sir, how many subjects were on easy side? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects were there on the easy side. And if I count their weightage, 15 and 10, 25, 32, 42, 44, 46. So out of 100, 46 marks can easily be done. But to increase marks beyond that, uh, strong efforts were required. Okay, so overall the paper was not that much easy, right? Because in electrical, paper will go very well if someone is performing well in electrical machine power system and power electronic, because that system was not easy, that particular subjects were not easy. So yes, we will put it on tougher side, right? So if
So generally for EC electrical IN students, always we used to give one suggestion, that because many of the subjects which are common for these three branches, so first of all we will give the suggestion whatever 7 or 8 subjects whichever common, EC electrical or electrical IN or EC electrical IN, whatever common subjects are there, always give the priority in such a way. Among the common subjects, make sure how much you are becoming familiar. Then after that, whatever the remaining subjects are there, core subjects, among that few subjects you can keep as a moderate, and even if few subjects become tougher, still you can get decent rank. So for that, this is the testimonial. Like you can observe whatever the easy subjects in this paper, surprisingly, most of the subjects which are common for EC electrical IN, from there only easy are there. So whoever want to get the top result, whoever well performed in the common subjects, after that in the core subjects, at least 2 subjects if they are good at, damn sure they are going to get decent rank. Last year what happened, IN paper came, it was the toughest paper. After that immediately electrical paper was there. So most of the, like whoever electrical students chosen second paper as IN, but surprisingly IN paper used to happen first. Because of the toughness,
they got
they couldn't
demoralized.
get cope up in order to adjust for the electrical paper in a very short span. But this year what happened, when IN paper last week when they have attempted, many of the students, even EC students, electrical students who were given IN paper, they felt easier side. Okay, with that mindset, many of the students got motivation, and in order to get decent marks in the electrical paper, that is a good thing. But many of the electrical students might thought actual electrical paper of this year will be easier side, but surprisingly here core subject questions came tougher side. Okay, so that's why like always this is the suggestion, especially for the upcoming gate year aspirants. Always when you are preparing for the competitive exams like gate, always you keep your mindset that let the paper come tougher side. Okay, for that if you are putting all your effort, suppose example, if actually paper come tougher side, because you have put the efforts, you are not seeing that paper is the, like something other side, because you already tuned that you kept your exam difficultness is tougher side only. But because you have put that much effort, suppose sometimes if paper come easier moderate side, damn sure you can score high like anything.
Yes.
So that's why we always will recommend for all our, like whoever enrolled students, okay, or whoever preparing for competitive exams, we always will recommend that attempt good number of standard mock tests.
Yes, sir.
For that, in our IMS, we are having 12 mock tests we used to provide for whoever enrolled for any of our programs.
Even sir, I was just speaking with some students, our students.
Yes,
so they were there at the center. So they told that they didn't find the paper that much tough as they have received during the mock test,
Mock test,
right? So if